Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to this week's This Can't Be Real. This week we're going to be taking a look at something a bit different, and we're going to be looking at it in a way that might be very unexpected for those of you that know the game. This is Game Tycoon 1.5, not to be confused with Game Tycoon, which was one of my favorite games of 2013. No, Game Tycoon seems to be a game that may be trying to bank on the success of things like Game Tycoon, which I thought was fantastic, but honestly, a lot of people are taking a very negative sort of approach. They're looking at the game very negatively, and I'm not gonna lie, there are a ton of negatives. This game is not good, but we're going to be looking at it a little bit differently today. You see, I recorded this week's This Can't Be Real a little bit earlier today, and I used XSplit, and the footage was just completely blank. And that's a problem with my understanding of how to record games. I guess I don't know the limitations of XSplit, and this game is just very strange. First of all, there are no options to change this resolution, or to make it windowed, or to do anything. This game is lacking in many departments, and I cannot recommend buying it. But if you have seen any videos saying this game, or gone on Steam and seeing that this game is like one of the worst things of the year, it honestly isn't. It's actually, there's something in here, and this could be a good game. I mean, it does need work. And if the developers are watching this, and seriously, I doubt anyone will ever watch this because I don't think this game is very popular, but if anyone is watching this, this game could be good. Kind of. It would need a big overhaul, but there are some fun mechanics in here, and that's what I'm going to be showing off soon, as well as showing off how just god-awful some of the things in this game are. There are some really bad bugs. Anyways, first, when you go to Steam, here's an interesting thing. There are a new tag section on Steam. People tag the game as what they want to. I think some of the tags for this game are ripoff, scam, false advertising. Well, it's not a scam. It is a ripoff. Well, I don't want to say it's a ripoff, honestly. Whatever. It's not a scam, that's for sure. It's not really false advertising. It is quite ambitious, and it does fail, but honestly, I'm going to show you that this game can be fun, and honestly, in my previous This Can't Be Real that I recorded of this game, that failed and will never see the light of day because the video was just completely black, I went from completely hating the game to eventually, after an hour and 45 minutes, figuring out what to do, and that's probably one of the worst aspects of the game, is you just can't figure out what you do. Now, essentially, enough of looking at the screen, let's go into the campaign, and we get to make our company name, which we are going to call the same name as we called it in Game Tycoon, and we're going to call it Electronic Farce. So we get to choose one of the three characters here. This lady, this man, who seems to be looking, I mean, his eyes are pointing up. You can see that behind his glasses, but if that weren't the case, you would think this guy would be sort of creeping on this lady here. Also, very weird that this guy only has 4 fingers, and none of them really appear to be a thumb. It appears to just be, well, maybe he actually does have a 5th finger, but all these other characters have 4. Like, you think maybe his thumb is hidden behind here, but this, honestly, there's something weird about that. So we're gonna choose this. We're gonna choose this character, as he seems to be one of the strangest ones out there. And we're gonna choose this logo because it looks more like a butthole farting, and that's pretty much the idea. Degree of difficulty. This game is really fucking hard. At least it's hard to be able to do anything. But I'm gonna keep it on normal, and we're gonna see if we have to have a restart and make it on easy or something, because it's not easy. For the love of God, don't play the tutorial. You're gonna hate yourself and never understand it. Do not do it. I don't know if, like, if once you get accomplish this goal, create a game that has a minimum rating of 75%, you unlock new things, and that would be honestly really cool. But I don't know if that actually happens. So honestly, who knows? But that would be pretty awesome if there was an actual ladder of stuff. That would be that's quite ambitious. And it's not going to succeed, but there you go. So here we are. Don't play the tutorial. For the love of God, don't do it. You're going to hate yourself, and it hardly works. Another thing that you're going to see on the Steam page when you actually try and buy this game is that all the reviews for the game by users are negative, very overwhelmingly negative. One of the major problems with this game is believe it or not, when it first came out, there was no EXE. So you would buy the game, download it, and then it wouldn't launch because there was no EXE. You know, it's a slight miscalculation. I admit, you know, that's a fault on the devs for sure. But you know, it got fixed. I'm not some kind. I'm not like some kind of like. You guys might think that I sort of work for the devs or some shit like that. But seriously, I don't. It's just that I have played some really shit games this year. Namely, Day One Gary's Incident. Namely, oh god, what was that other oh yeah, Unearthed Trail of Ibn Battuta. That was really bad. I also played, was really The Good Life. God, there was and if you watch my the 52 games in 52 weeks, whatever, the This Can't Be Real 1-year anniversary special, you can see that a lot of the games that I played were really terrible, and honestly, this one is as well. It really is, but it's definitely not the worst game I've ever played, and there is some fun to be had if you know what to do. If you don't know what to do, it is one of the most agonizing times you could ever have. If you know what to do, it's a little bit possible. Also, it is very aggravating that like the graphics look like this. Like it's kind of hard to watch. There's a lot of annoying things we're gonna get into. But the last thing, when you finally go on that Steam page and check out what people. What games are similar to this game, you get the funniest list. You get number 1, Guise of the Wolf, which if you guys are following Total Biscuit, you would know that the developers of Guise of the Wolf are terrible, terrible, terrible people, and their game is a terrible one as well. But they're one of those development companies that is trying to do copyright strikes because people are critical of their game. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit scared of such a thing happening. I mean, I'm a very small channel, and I couldn't handle copyright strike, especially if I make 7 episodes and all 7 get copyright striked, then my channel's just done. And I don't really think I would have any recourse to go to anything. But I'm saying honestly that I'm not saying that this game is good or not. It's not good. I'm not saying that this game has some potential because of that, but you know, it just, I don't know. I don't know really what my point was, but I'm not saying it's okay or there's some potential to this game because of that. But that idea is very scary. Although I haven't heard, I don't want to knock these devs. They could be really great people. You know, I haven't heard any sort of controversy surrounding them. So why automatically, just because they made a game that is very critically panned, that shouldn't mean that we should think like, oh man, they're gonna strike back at the YouTube community. No. These people could be very nice, and I'm sure they definitely are. But another developer that has made a really bad game that has struck back at the YouTube community is the ones that made Day One Gary's Incident. And I made some videos on that. Nothing ever happened to those videos, but I did take them down, or at least I converted them for them not to contain any footage from the game. And you guys shouldn't watch those videos because they're pointless to watch. But there you go. Day One Gary's Incident. That's another game that's apparently similar to this one. And finally, Infestation Survivor Stories, which was like that War Z game that no one liked. So there you go. That is the case. So finally, now let's actually get started. Well, we are this guy, and we want to make a game. Well, there's 2 things we can do. We can go into our little office here and make ourselves an engine, which I think we could do, but I don't want to make an engine right now. What I want to do is I want to go to the media park and I want to go buy an engine. So what you do is there's like 4 sort of regions here. There's home, which you're never going to do anything in. Office, media park, and university. You do right-clicking is how you get to that. So when you're on a menu, if you want to go back, you sort of right-click, and this is like the furthest back you can get. So we are now in the office, but we actually want to go to the media park and talk to the person in design. You can click and see your character walk slowly to a building, which is really annoying, or you can double-click and you're going to walk right in it. Now, here's an annoying thing. I have a product which must be pushed. Yeah, I can click that. And then my guy's going to slowly talk, and this guy's going to slowly talk. I mean, it's animated and it's cool, and I'm sure a lot of effort went into this, but I really wish that it was sort of narrated. But I don't actually want to do any of that. I actually want to go, I've forgotten since, but I actually want to go to this building, the LM building. And right here you see this man, G. Gower, and are we at the auction? The auction is open on the first day of each month, so we're not the first day, I guess we're the second day. And we can go buy one of these engines right here. I think we want to get an engine of topicality and quality really high. So 12,000, that's how much we want to spend on the engine. So we're going to buy a game engine, one use only, and then we have $88,000. And then we sort of take a look at what we've got here. Remember, our goal is to make something of value 75 or over, but I don't think we're going to get that. Now, here's a good one. 56% for no most popular, portion 10% of the earnings. That's good. Publishing, because you need to have a publishing contract. You can't self-publish in this game. A minimum rating of 23%, minimum rating. So I'm looking at something that has a minimum rating of maybe like 48% could be all right. Fighting game. Building sim worth 48%, and if we could do better, we could get something a little bit better. Business simulation 63. I don't think we're gonna get there. A racing game all at 88 would be fantastic. A sports game at 0. So we could do there's no big all, but there's a business simulation, and we could fall back on no most popular. Or we could try for the no most popular and maybe fall back on building sim. But I don't really want to make something that is no most popular. So to find out what the popular kind of games are before we go make our game, we go research that by going to this guy right over here. And he has some annoying dialogue. We click that, he'll ask for $8. Again, no subtitles. And we can see erotic industry simulation, building simulation, and you can see that the most popular type of game is a third-person action arcade is one of the most popular. So third-person action arcade, and then we've got sort of in order over here what the other ones are. So okay, I can see that. So why don't we go into let's go to the media park, and we're gonna go look at those contracts again. See, it's important to try and figure out what you want to do. 23% all is something we could fall back on, but honestly, I want to go for something a little bit better. A fighting game, I'm never going to make it that high. 63% business simulation, 0% sports game, I'm never going to make it. So I can't go for like 0% or 79%, because that would just be really, really bad if I did, and I don't know which one would be which. So why don't we try and make that sports game? Let's go make the best damn sports game that we can. I think that would be good. So now we can go to our office, because we already have one of those. Actually, we don't want to go to our office. We want to go to the university now. We want to hire somebody. We want to hire a programmer. We want to hire an artist, and we want to hire a composer. It's the next step. So we're actually going to hire those on the next episode. Tune in tomorrow to see more of how to actually play this game and how this game can be fun. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know this week, this Game to Be Real is a bit weird. I was kind of hoping to play Titanfall, but, you know, got to record this on Sunday, and I didn't get into the beta on time because I'm a scrub. So, maybe there's going to be, you know, Titanfall next week or something like that. That could be really cool. Hopefully, that's a possibility, but who knows? Maybe, who knows what's going to happen next week. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you guys tomorrow. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna like, rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Athervids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh, yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo, yeah. Have a good one.